You arrive at Goomba Village, the remnants of what was once a thriving community, now reduced to a few scattered houses. You knock on the door of the closest house. A Goomba looks out, surprised by your presence. You say, "What happened to this village?" The Goomba seems to be lost for words.
Wow!
He replies,
It's amazing what a few Koopa Troopers can do to a town!
He doesn't seem to want to talk, so you leave. You investigate the wreckage of the village. As you walk through the village, you notice that all the buildings have been completely destroyed. Many of them are on fire, and there are a few dead bodies and pieces on the ground. There is one house that appears to be slightly better kept than the rest. You say, "I have a bad feeling about this. I think the guys who destroyed this village are the same guys that tried to kill us a few minutes ago." You approach the house, taking out your sword. Suddenly, a Koopa troop steps out. He doesn't look surprised to see you. In fact, he doesn't even look very shocked. "I knew you'd come back," he says simply. You say, "Come back? What are you talking about? We've never been here before." The Koopa ignores your question and turns to the village. "This was a nice little village. I spent some time here after I saw you leave. Now it's time to end this." You say, "Hold on! Who do you think we are?" The Koopa doesn't respond. Instead, he pulls out a red switchblade and charges at you. You fight off the charging beastie and slice his hand. He screams in pain, but manages to stab you in the shoulder with his knife hand. You disarm the Koopa Troopa. You knock the Koopa's knife away, creating much needed distance between the two of you. The Koopa is breathing heavily, trying not to cry any more tears. "I know who you are," he says through gritted teeth. "You're that guy who saved the world a few times." "That's right," you reply, readying your sword. You say, "So why did you attack me? You think we're the ones that attacked this village?" The Koopa is silent. "Who told you that?" you ask. "Everybody knows. You're the ones who attacked this place. You're the ones who want to steal the superstar." You say, "That's not true!" The Koopa again ignores you. "I need to get home. You can have the superstar. Please, just let me go." You look at the Koopa's eyes. It appears that he is sincere. "All right." You leave. You leave the Koopa alone, who runs inside his house. You say, "Toad, how do we get to the superstar from here?" Toad thinks for a moment before pointing at the path leading straight up the mountain.
That way!
You all walk in that direction. After a few minutes of climbing, the path begins to slope upwards, forming a small cliff. You climb higher up the mountain. You continue climbing the path, eventually reaching a dead end. You are forced to go over the cliff, which is a very long and dangerous way to go. There's no way back down in this direction from where you came. You climb along, reaching the top of the mountain. You are very tired by now, but approach the large red star at the top of the mountain. The air is noticeably colder at the top of the mountain, and suddenly you hear a voice.
"Ah, it's you again. I missed you."
It is Giorgio and his partner. They are standing on top of a large, throne-like rock. Giorgio stands above you, while his partner is hidden in the rocks somewhere.
"You came here to get the superstar, no?"
he says. You say, "That's right. And you?" Giorgio laughs and waves his hand in an arrogant fashion.
"I came here to steal the superstar for myself,"
he says.
Boss
He
it,
spends
freak,
several minutes
sewer
insulting you in a variety of
simp,
ways.
loser.
Finally, he stops and chuckles evilly. You say, "Why did you destroy Goomba Village?"
The Goombas were an obstacle in my quest to reach the summit. I needed to get past them to get to the superstar at the top of their village.
Giorgio turns to look at you, a dangerous look in his eyes. You say, "The villagers there seem to think you were me."
They thought I was me?
He laughs. "No." You say, "Take off that mask and tell me who you really are."
Fine.
He says, throwing a tantrum. Giorgio pulls off his gas mask and looks at you. He is Mario. You are all surprised by this revelation. You say, "I don't believe it! You're me!" "Yes," he grins, "I am you." "But how?" you ask. "We have a lot of questions to ask, yes?" he asks, smirking. You nod your head slowly. Giorgio calls over to his partner. "Come introduce yourself." A small, ghost-like figure walks out of the shadows. It's pale and appears to be very weak. It is Luigi. "Hey!" he says, bowing his head. "So you're the other half of the Mario Brothers," you say, staring at him. "I'm Luigi," he says. "What are you doing here?" Moira asks. "I was looking for the superstar." "What are you doing here?" Moira repeats. "I was with my brother," he says, stumbling over his words. He looks at the ground and shuffles it. You say, "So what, you two are us from the future or something?" "No," he says. "We are..." Luigi is confused. "We are what?" you ask. I don't know." "We are Shadow Spellments," Giorgio explains. You say, "Shadow Spellments? What are those?" "We are a group of Spellments that were meant to assist you in your quest, but got caught in the blast from King Truth's disintegrator," Giorgio explains. "We're not really from the future. Or at least, not exactly." "What do you mean?" you ask. "The Spelliments that were sent to the past, like us, were actually created by accident by a powerful magic spell cast by King Truth himself." "What does this have to do with my questions? You think I'm stupid?" "No, I just meant to explain that we aren't from the future, or the past, or anywhere really. We're just Spellments." "What's a Spellment?" "A Spellment is an experiment. A magic being, really. Sort of like a golem, but more advanced. We're not sure how old the Spellments are, but we know they were created by a powerful mage from a long line of mages." You say, "And who is this King Truth?" "King Truth is the mage who created us, and most of the Spellment races," Giorgio says. "We know little about him, other than his name. He was extremely power-hungry, which is probably why King Battle got rid of him." "Who is King Battle?" "Oh, him. That was the king before King Truth. He was an idiot who thought he could defeat you by constructing an army of Spellments. They were all destroyed, and he killed himself after they were." You say, "So why are you here? Why did you try to kill us?" "Because we don't want you to find the superstar," Shadow Luigi says. "Because if you do, you'll use it to destroy this world," Giorgio says. You say, "Destroy the world? What do you mean?" "Using the superstar will summon a portal to the void. A place where all life ceases to exist, Shadow Giorgio explains. The Spellments were created by King Battle, who knew this. We only recently found out when the project was restarted by King Truth. Why would he do such a thing? Why do any of the greedy, insane things that powerful people do? To increase his power, of course. What does the Void have to do with me? I'm just a plumber. You're a sign that hope still exists, and the Void can't have that, Giorgio says. Even if you resist the lure of the Void, there's no telling what the Spellments might do. You say, so what should I do? We need the superstar to defeat King Koopa. Destroy the portal to the Void before it can be created, Giorgio says. Please, we don't want to fight you. You're only thinking of revenge and conquest. We want to be free, just like you want to be free. There's no reason for war. You say, how do I destroy the portal? Well, we don't know. You'll have to figure that out on your own. Okay. Oh, one more thing, Giorgio says. The portal is located in the castle of King Koopa, located somewhere in the vast mountain range to the far west. Thanks for all the information, you say. Yeah, you're welcome, Giorgio says before turning to his brother. We should go. Yeah, bye, Shadow Luigi says. As the two Shadow Spellments fade into the wall, you begin to examine your findings. The Superstar is indeed powerful stuff. Powerful enough that it could destroy entire worlds. You take the Power Star. It seems you have no choice but to take the Superstar along with you. You'll have to figure out how to use it as soon as possible. You descend back down the mountain with Luigi, Toad, Moira, and Wario. Down you all go until you eventually reach the bottom. Ah, back to reality, Wario says as he stands up. It was an okay trip, but we're all ready for our hotel rooms. We could all use a rest after that hike. You exit Delphini Island and return to the inn. Luigi, Wario, and Moira all thank you for saving them and go to their rooms. As for you, you go to the inn's lobby and sink into the maroon couch. I'll be here all week, the waiter says as he leaves. You ponder the events that will come. The future is filled with mysteries that we desperately need answers to, you think. This likely includes everything from the collapse of our government to the end of the world. You go to your room and retire for the night. I'm going to get some much-needed rest, you say to the unconscious waiter at the front desk. You put on your clothes and walk to the hotel room that you've been given. You enter and immediately go to sleep. All you hope is that tomorrow will be a better day.